Sometimes you just want to drink a game in. Modern titles like Assassin's Creed Origins, God of War, or The Witcher 3 invite a level of sheer playability that means we devote hours upon hours to uncovering every last piece of code, every last morsel of gameplay to get our money's worth. Many times, developers will cotton onto this near drug-like state that we get into, tossing in Easter eggs, secrets, hidden levels, and more for only the die-hard players to find. Say they do, though, what then? The original God of War famously included a phone number so director David Jaffe and Kratos himself could congratulate the player.
You have done well. Congratulations, mortal.
But many others lock their most challenging areas away so that only those who stumble upon them get exclusive bragging rights. I'm Scott from WhatCulture.com, and these are 7 intense secret video game levels you can't handle. Number 7, getting the Ryuken Megaman X2. Even getting to this thing is a mix of pure luck and dedication. The Ryuken in question is of course the same flame punch uppercut from Street Fighter, but before you even attempt to unlock it, you need every other item in the game. Following that, you need to seek out a specific light capsule located inside X-Hunter's fortress. However, getting there means freezing an enemy mid-animation so that you can use it as a platform. Doing so lets you leap above the screen to grab an unseen ladder, and now is when the real fun begins. The following corridor of spikes requires pinpoint precision and the switching of many key abilities to navigate. You'll need to dash between platforms and charge your boosts in all the right places, as well as knowing when to lean left during a notable freefall section, all just to land in the right place. Your reward is the iconic one-hit kill uppercut that we know and love, but was it really worth all this effort? Yes it was. Number 6, the Warp Zones, Transfusion. Possibly the epitome of, oh god, fine, just one more try style gameplay, the Trials game's blend of physics puzzles and insanely hard level layouts makes screaming infants out of all of us. Just to annoy you even more, 2014's Transfusion tucked its secret levels away behind many pitfalls that would otherwise kill you. Knowing when to let your character drop as opposed to continuing the level is pure happenstance, unless you happen to check one of the many videos available online, but your reward is a series of virtual reality themed challenges fit for master players. Make no mistake though, these can be excruciatingly hard, though if you're already a Trials devotee, you knew that going in. Number 5, Sacred Ground, Cave Story. Purpose-built to be the kind of thing you need to keep in mind across an entire save file, getting into Cave Story's Sacred Grounds requires a ton of planning and forethought. The entire breakdown of what you need to do ranges from skipping specific upgrades, acquiring noteworthy items, and rejecting one character's offers to help, all at key points in the story. But following this, you'll open up a new path during the final escape. Inside Sacred Grounds, which fans have already nicknamed Hell because it really is disgustingly unforgiving, you can get a chunk more character dialogue to ease up the pain, but you'll also have to put up with a lot of trial and error game design. Number 4, the Nero Brothers side quest, Final Fantasy IX. Now, the actual quest here isn't exactly controller breaking, but when it comes to accessing it, oh god! Emerging into the Final Fantasy IX fandom after 13 years of going by the wayside in the West, GameFAQs user the Kusabi noticed that inside a Japanese guidebook called Ultimania was a breakdown of how to access the Nero Brothers side quest. Done by triggering one of 16 potential advancement points across the entire 55-hour story, then talking to the Nero brothers in Lindblom, and then completing another 8 of the aforementioned points, you'll finally be rewarded with a Protect ring. Thankfully, this ring does half all elemental damage, which will serve you well. It's just such a stupid ordeal to acquire. Number 3, the 8 stars, Braid. You are not prepared for the time-bending, perception-frazzling brilliance of Braid's secret final challenges. While not all unique areas per se, these 8 stars locked away inside other levels require rethinking everything you thought you knew. Now honestly, I'm not going to go into the specifics, I barely understand it anyway, but the very first one requires you to wait a good 2 hours in-game just so that a particular cloud at the top of the screen will move into position. Yes, really. Others require making specific shapes out of puzzle pieces or manipulating time itself in such a way that you force sequences of platforms and NPC actions to come together. It's truly mind-bending stuff, but after all this, you'll finally get the game's true ending. Rather than continuing the main revelation as to Tim's true relationship status with the princess, it's a rumination and comment on nuclear annihilation. I did not see that coming. Number 2, Minus World, Super Mario Bros. While the rest of the examples here are nigh on impossible to get through thanks to sheer difficulty, the glitchy origins of Minus World make this particular zone unbeatable because you literally can't escape it. To even get to Minus World, you'll need to place Mario in a specific position inside one of the gold pipes on World 1-2, though from there it's off to the depths of the ocean. Super Mario Bros. Loads this area because the game was mistakenly coded to find a game tile that doesn't exist, the Minus World name coming from it not being able to find the number 36-1, hence the name. All that said, if you're hankering to see every last portion of code from Mario Bros. And don't mind resetting afterwards, have at it. And number 1, the Inverted Castle, Castlevania Symphony of the Night. The undisputed king of the secret level, Castlevania Symphony of the Night's Inverted Castle is also a bitch to get through. Unlocked by obtaining the silver and gold rings and then wearing them in the central clock room, because video games, main man Alucard will end up in an asset-flipped version of the standard castle. Here's where things get tricky though. Not only do you have to take your formerly extensive knowledge of the existing castle and map it onto a horizontally and vertically flipped version, but all new tougher enemies await, alongside remixed weapon drops and slight tweaks to parts of certain rooms. Surviving this thing nets you one of the 3 real endings alongside the proper final fight against Dracula. Good luck. And that's our list. Let us know down in the comments below if there are any other badass secret levels that you found that the rest of us can have a go at. I've been Scott from WhatCulture.com. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you soon.